Hello everyone, my name is Katrina and today I'm going to be sharing with you the book series that I have not yet finished, and I am well aware that some of you may be shocked by some of these and I'm okay with that fact. If you need to go bananas in the comment section, just go for it. I know I'm ashamed of so many of these, trust me. And there's a lot of them as well. There's a heck of a lot of series that I have not finished yet. And because of that fact, I'm not going to be going into detail about why I haven't yet finished this series because that would be an endless video. I also will not be including the series that I've mentioned in a previous video where I talk about the series I will not finish. So I'm not even going to mention them in this video. If you are interested in hearing about which books I mentioned, I'll have a link to that video down below. And also, tomorrow's video, I'm going to be doing an updated book series I will not be finishing. So some of the books that I mentioned in this video today, I most certainly will not be finishing. Do you want to find out which ones they are? Then wait till tomorrow. If you missed it, I also posted a video talking about the book series I have completed, so links galore in the description. I will be separating this video into two parts. First of all, I'm going to be talking about the book series that I have not yet finished, and that's just all my fault. I can't blame anyone else but me because they have multiple, if not all of the books out in the series, and I just haven't finished reading all of those that are out yet. The second part of the video, I'm going to be talking about the book series that have not yet finished publishing. So at this point in time, I am up to date. I've read all of the books in those series that are currently out, but I just can't finish them because the series aren't even finished yet. But without further ado, let's jump into my bottomless pit of shame. I've read the first 10 books of the series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. I've read the first 8 volumes in the 3-in-1 bind-up editions of Fullmetal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. So that's technically up to volume 24, I believe. I've read the first 7 volumes of Saga by Brian K. Vaughan. I've read the first 4 books of the Throne of Glass series, as well as Assassin's Blade. These next few, I've only read the first 3 books. Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. So I've read the first trilogy, but they've extended the series and I haven't yet read Restore Me. The Mortal Instruments series, again, read the first technical trilogy, but I haven't read the last half. And same again with the Selection series by Kira Cass. Also same again with the Red Rising saga by Pierce Brown. I haven't yet read the first book in the extended part of the series, which is Iron Gold. The Caster Chronicles by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. The Old Kingdom series by Garth Nix. The Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I know. In these next series, I've only read the first 2 books. The Study series by Maria V. Schneider. The Whispers of the Fallen series by J.D. Netto. The Paper Gods series by Amanda Sun. The Fables graphic novel series by Brian K. Vaughan. The A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. I know. The Magisterium series by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. The Diviners series by Libba Bray. The Larmel series by Rhiannon Hart. The Mara Dyer series by Michelle Hodkin. The Iron Fae series by Julie Kagawa. The Across the Universe trilogy by Beth Revis. The After series by William R. Forstchen. The Anna and the French Kiss series by Stephanie Perkins. And these next lot of series, I've only read the first book. The Dark Shade of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. I am remedying that soon though, don't you worry. The His Dark Materials series by Philip Pullman. The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. I did start reading the second book in the series, but I only got about halfway and then I forgot to continue listening to the audiobook and my loan expired. So I'll get to that one day. Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. The Queen of the Teeling by Erica Johansson. Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. Captive Prince by C.S. Pacat. Dream Hunter by Elizabeth Knox. The Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. The Winner's Curse by Marie Rudkowski. The Codex Alira series by Jim Butcher. The White Rabbit Chronicles by Gina Showalter. Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. Mortal Engines by Philip Reeve. The Empress Chronicles by Susie Vitello. Talon by Julie Kagawa. The Luck series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. The Discworld series by Terry Pratchett, and I think it's book 30 that I've read, so it's the first book in the Tiffany Aching series, which is part of the greater Discworld series. Maybe I'll make it through it all one day. Endgame by James Frey. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Legend by Marie Lu. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel series by Michael Scott. Partials by Dan Wells. Damned by Chuck Palahniuk. The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I know. I'll get there one day. Probably not before the movie comes out though. The Archived by Victoria Schwab. The Unwind Dystology by Neil Schusterman. Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. I only realized today that this was actually a series and that the sequel came out last year. I had no idea. Easy by Tamara Weber. Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry. Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire. Graceling by Kristen Cashore. The Hybrid Chronicles by Kat Zhang. The Fairy Tale Retellings by Jackson Pierce. The Cahill Witch Chronicles by Jessica Spotswood. Under the Never Sky by Veronica Monica Rossi, A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin, Delirium by Lauren Oliver, the Dustland series by Moira Young, Starters by Lissa Price, the Millennium series by Stieg Larsson, Leviathan by Scott Westerfeld, Uglies by Scott Westerfeld, Hourglass by Myra McIntyre, Impulse by Ellen Hopkins, Crank by Ellen Hopkins, Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, Elixir by Hilary Duff, Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman, In Carceron by Catherine Fisher. So, those are all the series that I haven't yet finished because I just haven't gotten around to reading the other books in the series yet. And finally, I will go through all of the series I haven't finished yet, but I've read all of the books that are currently out. The Madoran Chronicles by Lynette Noni, the Wayward Children series by Shannon Maguire, the Bone Season series by Samantha Shannon, the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss, the Nevernight Chronicle by Jay Kristoff, Monstrous by Marjorie Liu, the Themis Files by Sylvain Nouvelle, the Villain series by V.E. Schwab. I am so excited for the next book to come out this year. You have no idea. Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody, My Favorite Thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris, Whisper by Lynette Noni, Renegades by Marissa Meyer, Otherworld by Jason Siegel and Kirsten Miller, The Change series by James Bradley, the Brooklyn Bruja series by Zoraida Cordova, and lastly, Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. This one isn't going to get the sequel for a little while. I think that Brandon Sanderson has a few more projects he'll be working on before this one, so I'm just impatiently waiting for the next book. Hopefully it's sometime soon. Those are all of the book series that I have not yet finished, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about the series I've decided not to finish out of the ones that I've talked about in this video. So if you're curious to hear if I plan on finishing any of these or not, then you can look forward to tomorrow's video. But I would be very curious to hear about which series you guys think I absolutely must finish. Let me know down in the comment section below. But that is all that I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow with a new video, but until then, I will talk to you in the comments. Bye!